Welcome to the N Factor, where every week I share a different N Factor that is a key that helps unlock your personal success. This week, a friend of mine approached me. He said, Noelle, I know that you're a success coach. I wanted to run something by you. So he looks me right in the eye and says, I feel inspired to write children's books. Do you think it's a good idea? And I told him, if you feel inspired to write children's books, I think that's the best idea there is for you. And why? We're going to talk about that today. Why is that the best idea to follow your inspiration? Well, framework here, inspiration is a gift. Just pure and simple. It's a gift. It's something that is pulling you in the right direction. It's something that's trying to give you a roadmap because your inspiration is something that's so unique for you that it's something we can't ignore. So I want to talk about inspiration in terms of meaning, because we're all going to work, we're all going to attempt to do different things in our lives, but I feel like inspiration is what gives us a sense of meaning and purpose when we do things. Has there ever been a time in your life where you followed your inspiration and you worked towards it? If you want to do that in the comments below, I always love hearing about that. So what was something you were inspired about, and how did it feel to work towards something that you were inspired about? Versus, when was there a time in your life where you felt inspired to do something and you didn't do it, and you were just working away at something or anything, and you felt this drag in you, like you were working and just doing things, just going through the motions because you didn't feel inspiration. It's important to remember how that feels. So in terms of goals, inspiration plays a huge part. It's why you're really doing it. That's what you're going to get out of it at the end of the day. And this is important because the more inspired you are, the more you need to make a goal that's large enough to encapsulate that inspiration. And I wanted to share a couple of examples that have been powerful in my life of people who are inspired and how it helped them and me. I've been building my business platform online, and I really didn't know the steps that I had to take, but it was really important to me to do this after 20 years as a coach, to build the audience, to enable myself to help thousands and even 1 million people. So I looked up someone who is doing something similar, and I found information for Gillian Perkins. And if you've been in YouTube training, you know exactly who I'm talking about. She's fantastic. But about 3 years ago, she decided that she wanted to take her coaching and brand to the world. And she just had a small following, and she had been trying so hard to really build her audience. And she finally found some successful techniques to build her business the way she wanted to. And something very interesting is, once she found something that made her very successful, she turned around and created follow-along programs for other people to use. So I want you to imagine she's this really smart businesswoman just starting to get successful, and as she goes, she's helping people who are in her exact situation. So long story short, it's 3 years in, and she just recently got 100,000 email subscribers. She got to celebrate that big landmark. And what does that mean? That 3 years ago she wasn't making a living doing something, but she followed her inspiration and made her goals big enough that now she is a leading name in digital marketing and the education platform. So imagine that there were people like me, there are 100,000 of us who were trying to figure out the exact same stuff. And today we're all succeeding more every single day because of what she shared, because she was willing to put herself out there to that painful process of learning by trial and error and just never giving up. The next thing I want to talk about is dreaming. And I feel like the authority on dreaming is Walt Disney. So I want you to take a minute and think about what the power of Walt Disney in your life. What does he teach you about dreaming? Now, here's the story of this poor young man who just had this dream, this vision of sharing stories with the entire world, bringing magic to stories. Can you imagine, as an American or anyone in the world, what your life would be like without Walt Disney characters, without watching those movies where everyone had that dream in their heart and it came true in the end and everything was a happy ending? And it's not because their life was always perfect, but because they had that dream of, it was love or acceptance or just or the hero's quest. And can you imagine what would your life be like if you didn't have that definition of dreaming and just wonder and just that sense of magic in the world? So he followed his inspiration to do that, and think about the millions and even billions of people who've been inspired to do exactly the same thing. So if you like these topics, if you like going deep, doing this deep dive into those core things inside you that help you be successful, please subscribe to my email list where we go over these topics every single week to help you have your most successful week, your most successful year. And just think this week about what is your deepest inspiration and what kind of work are you going to do to make a goal and move towards it steadily? Who's really going to benefit from this inspiration, and how are you going to inspire other people? Because it doesn't matter if it's parenting or writing books or developing your business, your dream, your inspiration, it's all a gift, and it's a gift to you and to everyone around you.